What rolls downstairs alone or in pairs and over your neighbor's dog was great for a snack. It fits on your back. It's log, log, log. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a VeVe OMI. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna make sure this goes to Twitter because for whatever reason, oh wait, hold on, wait a tick. I might be able to do it here. I can. For some reason, I haven't had the best share broadcast, new post, and I'll be like, "Hey everyone, come chat about at VeVe." Oh gosh, at Nickelodeon. What comics I'm buying on at Stacker and more. And we'll do the $ OMI, $ DEVVE, $ Definity, $ FIAS, and then we'll at daCat. Because for whatever reason, my heckin' my ex is not showing this, but we are good now. Yeah, Bill Gardner with the song. Yes, such a great song for Ren and Stimpy. I guess we'll try to go over that first. This is one of the happy, happy, joy, joy hairballs. Get them while they're hot. Now, this is no SpongeBob, right? Like this is not a. Give me one sec here. This is not SpongeBob, but this was the chaos that came before SpongeBob. There's a couple of cartoons in the 90s that were a little strange. Invader Zim, I think, was actually 2000, 2001, give or take, and that was also a little crazy. But Ren and Stimpy was definitely the first. Buttered Toast Man. It even got a revival in like the 2010s where we were all adults, and it was on Spike TV, and it was very, very, very adult. Even in here, it wasn't it wasn't a crazy. This wasn't really for kids. It was very grotesque at times. Had close-ups of really, and you even see it in the. Let's go to VeVe's X account real quick. Actually, I should be able to. I should have it. Yeah, here. Like this is boogers. Like here's Stimpy, and he's putting boogers on his sandwich. It's booger spread. That is gross. But we ate this shit up as kids, and that's the common. So the log. I was telling a friend about this morning, and I was like, yeah, no one's gonna get it. Absolutely nobody, except for maybe me and Bill Gardner, on God's green earth is gonna understand why a log is the special edition common. Why would anyone want that? It's because of the song. Like, so I love capitalism. I love consumer. I love buying things. I just spent $100 buying a bunch of commons here, common comics. We'll go over that in a bit. But what this was, it was just a kind of a piece making fun of the pet rock, making fun of the invisible dog. It was making fun of things that were just, that got you to spend, and the absurdity or absurdities that, was part of consumerism at that time. Like in the 90s, everything was booming. So people just had a bunch of money to spend. They were just spending money hand over fist, and they were making it, and that's just what people did. They had the evolution of credit cards. They're like, oh, even if I don't have it, I can just take it out on credit. Sorry, I had to hydrate there. And it was just a commentary on that, and we just like loved it. And to my knowledge, they never actually came out with. They might have came out with like a Happy Meal toy that had a log in it. Like you had these weird Happy Meal toys that they weren't. like, let's say like Rugrats. Rugrats had like normal Rugrats stuff. They had video games, they had everything. But there were only certain toys that they made for Happy Meals. And maybe they had something like that for Log. But it was just a fun, catchy tune that we all just it was fun. We all wanted a Log. Um, there's no good reason for it, but they came out with a jingle and it was fun and we wanted it, and I want one. Will I spend a couple $100 to get one? Probably not. I don't, but see, like, here's the thing. I think that some people will get this that won't watch my show. They'll be like, "What the heck is this?" And they're just gonna sell it for like stupid cheap. If I can get lucky, get one of those. Then they have, again, even this like Mawile type. Like, look at Ren. Look at this Mawile type like Pokemon deranged stuff. Like, this is look at this creepy face. These are not things that I would. I don't know, and even like even this one, like he's farting out gas. Like, Stimpy is farting out gas, and Ren is smelling it, and not like he's like high. Um, this was a wild TV show, and I think it paved the way for shows like SpongeBob, shows like Invader Zim. I think this was like the only reason why there wasn't really like the parental backlash, although there was some of that. There was some kids that I knew that their parents wouldn't let them watch it because they watched it and it was crazy. Um, but if it was as popular as The Simpsons, parents would be like, oh, like I don't know if anyone remembers, but The Simpsons, like you could get kicked out of school for wearing like a Simpsons shirt. It didn't even have to have any vulgar language on it. It could just say like cowabunga or don't have a cow, man. That shit was insane. Don't have a cow, man. Like, part of school should be to, like, I remember an episode of Recess where Gretchen was like, it's like, oh man, I don't want to work with TJ. He doesn't take school seriously. They got paired up for a science project. But every one of their group friends, like in like kindergarten, first, second, third, whatever, they had all been paired with TJ for different projects. And one, I think, was Spinelli, that she got paired up with him in like third grade, like the previous year. She's like, yeah, we we were we were made to do this vocabulary list, but we just made up words and gave them definitions, and our teacher gave us extra credit for being creative. Like, I think that's what school should be. But again, like it didn't have like a meaning. Like, don't have a cow, man. Just like, don't freak out. Like, don't be crazy. And again, you could get kicked out of school for that when in elementary school, because there was such a bad, like there was petitions of, I think, you went Married with Children. Like, some states wouldn't show it. So Simpsons, I think it was like that as well. It was like Christians against Simpsons or Catholics against Simpsons, whatever it was. Like, even though Ned Flanders he's pretty funny. I freaking love this dude. I think there's like a metal band out there that I think they're called the Flanders, where they just their lyrics are based off stuff that he said. They're called the Oakley Dokleys, and it's a Ned Flanders inspired metal band, and it's cool as heck. And they all dress up like Ned Flanders. It's pretty dope. But yeah, it was William Kiefer talking about we were talking about Ren and Stimpy. So yeah, I think if it was more popular, or if more parents like cared to watch it, they probably wouldn't let their kids watch it. At least not when you're like 5, But I think nowadays, this was also when you had this like reactionary, like, oh God, that's not for children. Now, then when I was like, well, I don't know, like 10, so maybe like half a decade later, maybe I was like 11 or 12. Like, when did Vice City come? No, it was before then. GTA 3? When was that? When did that come out? All right, that was 01. So I remember GTA 3, and there was like, of course it's rated M for mature, right? But so this was, we were like 10. and half of us could get, like, I didn't have PlayStation or PlayStation 2 at the time, so I couldn't get it. But there were some of my friends that their parents were like, cars, whatever. Like maybe they didn't really know, and they thought the M was just like violence. And there were some parents that are just like, you're not, this is right for like. There was a lot of stupidity out there, and I'm not saying that if you let your kids play this is stupid, but you have stupid one way or another where it's like, and again, it's video game violence. I think it's fine, but I really don't believe in censorship like at all. And I remember there was like some kid, like one of my friends was, we were all going to see, I think, Jurassic Park 3 for like one of my friends' birthdays. We were like 11, 12, and the kid's mom, like he was like 12 years old. And it's not like it was rated R, like it was PG-13, and this mom was a horrible, horrid woman, where she just wouldn't let the kid do anything. And she's like, no, I heard about that movie. There's some things in there that a 15-year-old shouldn't be watching. I distinctly remember her saying that. And I just like, if I had any balls at the time, I would have been like Dustin and be like, son of a bitch, you're really no help at all. That really no fun. Because like that's retarded. Now, if she wanted to say like, hey, I saw this movie and it was trash, and you guys are better off not wasting your money, yeah, she would have been right. That was not a good movie. I did not like Jurassic Park 3. That being said, no, that wasn't her reason. Like that kid couldn't do anything. We're all going to the beach one day. Mom wouldn't let him go because there were sharks in the water. A lot of moms on a lot of crazy medications back in the 90s and 2000s. Anyway, Ren and Stimpy had that. There were some parents that wouldn't let him watch. So again, I tend to like things that other people try to censor, just because I'm, try to go against the grain. I think this drop will do pretty well because the additions on it, the secret rare is one of 291, so that's scarcer than the recent Marvel Mighties drop we got. The common is 1991. I guarantee you see a bounty on this from Comics and Crypto because he's around my age. I don't know if he's younger or older. He's probably older. He's got his life together. He's maybe he's younger. He's got his life together, but I guarantee you he grew up with this. I guarantee you he puts a bounty out for this. And the bounty is going to be a couple thousand. Because again, like they're making this for some of the people that are here now. Because there's two chases, secret rares of 291, special editions from 91. How much is it? And drop $25. So this is scarcer, or rarer and scarcer than the alien drop, and it's half as cheap. Now, granted, for the alien drop, you buy one thing for 50 gems and you get to craft two others. So you're good. Like that was cool. But this $25 and you have a better chance for a scarce, like a secret rare or a special edition. So yeah, I think that 1991 is going to be there's going to be a chase on that, and because it's a cheaper gem amount, you might get a lot more people going for it. Like Alien grossed 40. It probably grossed 50 with all the secondary market stuff. It was definitely 50K. With this, I don't think it was going to sell out, but was 28, 24. Yeah, this would be like 70K if it sold out, which I don't think it will, but I think enough will sell out or it'll be nice. Okay, thank you, Sleepin. I just talked to Sleepin real quick. He's my go-to guy on my comic stuff, and listen, he gets a lot of. Oh, these are the uncommons. Okay, I'm gonna get to the commons, but I just bought up a bunch of the Silver Surfer number. 3 commons, the first appearance of Mephisto. We'll get there. Sorry, I want the. Do I have any of the rares? I don't have the rares. I have a bunch. Do I have all these freaking commons and no? It was $9. All right, I'm sorry. I'll get back to that. I'll get back. My Boo says I remember the Sonic toys at Mickey D's. I don't remember the Sonic toys at Mickey D. I didn't go out. I didn't go there. I love, like, I think part of the reason I love fast food so much right now is because, like, I wasn't able to get a lot of fast food when I was younger. So when I became like 13, 14, had a job, had my own money, me and my friends go in there all the time. It was like portable video games, kind of like, oh, that's dope. Had the Tails one. It was all orange. Okay, that's cool. Ben Harvey, 4341, says others will land and won't want to sell. There'll be some. Like I was talking to Will before. He's like, a log? And I was like, trust me, yeah, had to be there. And Bill Gardner knows what I'm talking about. So yeah, I think a lot of people that are here right now, I like Emoji probably likes it. I feel like a lot of girls probably thought this was gross. Like it was probably like, you know, I don't know, back in the day, like girls that like to do stuff like this, like they like to watch Ren and Stimpy, or they like to, you know, play sports, like they were awesome. And we just, yeah, freaking love those girls. But I feel like a lot of girls be like, yeah, this is weird. This is a weird show. And, you know, fair point. it is. I can recognize that. Kuma saying, what up? Hey, oh, Kuma, Ren and Stimpy, bro. Ren and Stimpy. Do you want to get some of this Ren and Stimpy stuff with me? Mike Jones says, could you please provide a more detailed explanation regarding the recent merger between Orbis and RKT? Interested in hearing your insights. Do you believe this will result in large growth or risk? I have gone over this at length, but we'll go over it again here. I've been drinking so much water because I was sick on Friday. Like I was puking for like 16 hours. Y'all didn't need to know that, but my body's been trying to slowly and I worked out today. I took a few days off. Obviously Friday I was sick. Saturday, Sunday I took off, but yeah, I don't even know if I'm fully rehydrated yet. That was a big day for me. Anyway, RKT. What's gonna happen is VeVe will essentially get acquired. Well, Orbis, their parent company, will get acquired by ORKT. And there's some people that just look at that headline or they'll look at that clip and they'll just be like, oh, yeah, they're selling. Oh, yeah, all right, they're jumping ship. Yeah, I told you OMI's going to zero. And like that could not be farther from the truth. What's happening is, yes, ORKT, if the merger goes through, they only signed a letter of intent. It's not official yet. But if the merger goes through, ORKT will acquire Orbis, and then David and Dan will be the new owners of ORKT. But just be buying up companies over here, and then they'll have to issue new shares, like depending on what VeVe's going to get valued at. And if I know David, like, well, how can I make this? Okay, I have an idea. Let's say my Dustin Hellfire soap. Let's say my collection of Stranger Things soap has what do you call it? Let's say that collection of Stranger Things soap has privately had offers of $100, right? Now, if I wanted to go public with this soap and be like, all right, everyone's going to be able to buy shares. If everyone's going to be able to buy shares of what ORKT, you know, ORKT is going to, do I want this valued at, because like they have ORKT by the cojones, right? Because ORKT's been losing money for years. They're in danger of being delisted, like all public information, right? Anyone can take a look at their financials and see like, yeah, they're VeVe's saving them in a sense. They're going to negotiate with ORKT of what they want to be valued at. Now, let's say if this soap is being acquired and I own most of the shares of this soap, let's say I own, you know, 60% of the shares of these soaps, right? If I'm David and Dan, I don't know how much they own. Probably a bit more than that. And I've gotten private offers for $100 for this soap. Do I want RKT to value this at 200 million? It's like, well, yeah, then your shares would be up, right? No, because then there's not a lot of room for growth. If they were to only value the soap or go public with this soap instead of maybe like $20, and it's like, well, why would you want that? Because then you could buy more of the soap for super cheap, and then when it goes public on the IPO, then you go boom, and then other people that know, like, wait, I somebody offered me, $100 for this soap, and now they can get it for, let's say like $1 per share. Now let's say they can get it for 50 cents a share. They would buy that all day, or 20 cents a share. They'd buy it all day because they know that they were able to, like, this got rejected. Like, you could do it with Pokemon cards. You could do it with anything. Like, I remember a Pokemon card. That was actually a Trophy Kangaskhan. It wasn't mine. It was a different PSA 10. On Rally.io, you could buy shares of it, and like I sold mine for $279, and on Rally it was like 189,000. I go to two of my friends, like, guys, could we just like see if we could buy this, because I sold mine a couple years ago at 279. This is here at 189. That would have been a great purchase. They didn't do it, but that would have been a great purchase. We go in and we see a there's just these places in the market where some people know that, like, okay, like a lot of people would take a look at VeVe and be like, okay, maybe they're valued at 20 million because declining revenue, declining usership, declining whatever, and you could see that. You could see Stacker's really hard to tell, but you could see like their primary market sales have been going down. Now, if I'm Bill Gardner, or if I'm like anyone that has shares, I would want them to value it as low as possible so I could get a bunch of shares on IPO day for super cheap before the market realizes what's going on, before anything, like, because there's a bunch of people that's going to be looking at this IPO if it goes through. And like, I wonder what this is. And they're not going to know the financials. Not that we know fully what's in their war chest or anything. We know they made hundreds of millions of dollars in 2021, 2022. And that's great. But how much of that do they have left? Like, we don't know any of that. We know they made that. Other people are going to have zero idea, unless they watch Real Randy Chavez channel. They're going to have zero idea what this is going for. They're just going to see that, like, oh, all right, they did 100K on this drop, and they might find out that they did like $5-7 million last year, primarily, like whatever. And they might say, like, oh, doing a couple 100,000 a month. Let's say they do 3-4 million this year. Let's say 5x revenue. Okay, yeah, I went 20 million. But then they don't think of like that greater ecosystem of okay, who's their competition? And there's really none. And then it's like, okay, well, NFTs have kind of went away. Maybe that's why nobody wants to be in the space, and they're they're hanging in there. Reverse mergers typically don't do that well, and maybe they stay away. But then they talk to an expert in the field. They're like, well, listen, the reason they have no competition is because you can't freaking compete in this space. VeVe has all of the licenses. Look at like Disney. Yes, awesome. But to have like the subsidiaries of Disney with Fox and like there's Disney Animation. Well, Disney's like, there's not just Disney. It is everything that it encompasses it. That, like, as far as the eye can see. So you might have a investor maybe not worth their salt. They're like, okay, Disney, okay, Marvel, Star Wars, and they just count those three, and that's it. For like, and that represents dozens, if not 100+ brands. And then they might see like, okay, Paramount, cool, but they're not seeing like, okay, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles under Paramount. And Paramount has like, Nickelodeon has just everything. Again, Ren and Stimpy. I guarantee you they have more stuff that they have signed, and it's just not yet public. Like Rugrats, I'm sure they have. I'm sure, like, I don't know if Riptar is its own separate license. It was when Recur was involved. I don't know about now, but they have Hey Arnold. Again, I'm not saying that VeVe has Hey Arnold, but Nickelodeon as a whole, yeah, they have the creators of Hey Arnold. They have the ones of Rugrats. Let's go like Fairly Odd Parents, Jimmy Neutron, and all of these could potentially be coming to VeVe. So I wouldn't count that as just a Paramount Nickelodeon license. I would count that as dozens of different licenses, all of which nobody else can get. And that's like they've cornered the freaking market on this, and nobody sees that. So yeah, I'm gonna be buying like they can only stop me from so long from not being able to get part of this company. So yeah, I'm gonna get some. There are people that have asked me about, okay, well, why not just buy ORKT? Because I don't know how they're going to do it. If they're gonna do a crazy split or a reverse split, or if you buy ORKT tomorrow when it opens, let's say at $1.12, how do we get VeVe shares? Like they're gonna obviously dilute it. They're gonna have to give the shareholders the newer shares. Can you buy certain shares at like? I just don't know how this is going to play out. So I'm not buying the ORKT. I might wait until VeVe has that IPO if they have it at all. So I'm interested in hearing your insights. You believe this will result in large growth or risk? There is a risk where, like, let's say VeVe says like, yeah, we want to IPO at $200 million and at like $1 a share, which is stupid because if it goes down, you're under the $1 a share like listing, right? So now they could do it at like $10 a share, where it's like, well, you could lose half, go to $5 and be 100 million, or go down, whatever they're worth. 50 million to I mean it could be insane. They would probably worth billions in 2021, 2022, right? But if you take a look at their so that's a risk if they go in and they negotiate with ORKT at like a crazy high valuation of, let's say, like $500 million, because ORKT has to say yes, and then you could possibly lose a lot. Like if you try to buy it at $500,000 and then the market, because again they could come in at 200 million and the market could decide no you're worth half a billion, and you get 2.5x, or they can come in at 500 million and the market can decide like you're actually only worth like 75 million to us. So again, that's the invisible hand of the market that's going to determine. So there is that inherent risk. We don't know what VeVe is going to be valued at. And again, at some point when they have their first earnings call, we're going to find out what's on their balance sheet, how much debt they have, who the debts are to, and then what they're going to do as far as like board seats. How do you get a seat on the board? How do they use this to raise money? Do they do this to do they give up board seats? Are they beholden to? I mean, I don't know if David will ever really come on the show, other people's shows again, because you're going to have that call once a quarter, so 4 times a year minimum that he's going to have to answer questions from shareholders, which if you're a big enough shareholder, you could probably just talk. This is why. So the consequences of this, and we'll get to the Pokemon Golden Auction stuff. This is going to be like a 2-hour stream, by the way. We're already a half hour in. I didn't go with crypto. I didn't go into any of the news yet. This is going to be a 2-hour stream minimum. I do have a meeting at 11. So I have to go in and make sure I'm done by like 10:50. And again, I have to go to the comics and stuff that I've been buying. But a consequence of this is it's going to get a big light shown on VeVe. You've already seen from this news 1,600 new users last week sign up. Now, how many of that is new users coming in versus old users that had left and their dormant accounts went from 0 to 1 collectible to multiple collectibles, etc.? I don't know. I don't even know if VeVe actually has that data. They might. But again, there's only so much. There is some stuff that we can see right now that and that is public. Anyone can see, but you have to know how to look. You have to know how to look for that. Now, thankfully for me, I don't have to look for all this information. People just give me information. And what I mean by that is that VeVe Fox used to do it every now and then, but I don't need to go on the immutable data, and I don't need to see how many new wallets we have, how many whatever. VeVe France does that for me. Prita, we love her. She's great. I don't have to look for you know, at like popular Instagram stuff with hashtag VeVe, to see that Rob Layfield, creator of Deadpool, has been wearing VeVe shirts in his Instagram stories. Omar Kasaje does that for me. So there are multiple people going, and like, again, I'm very, very lucky in this sense that I pretty much have to do no research. Everyone sends stuff to me and I have to verify, you know, what they're sending. But that information flow, I feel like, remember when Bruce Wayne in Batman Begins goes into what's his name's I forget that dude's name, the Falcone. Falcone's like a diner. He's just like, there's a couple off-duty cops. There's a sitting judge. I can shoot you right now and it would make no difference. That is influence and power you cannot buy, Mr. Wayne. Like, this type of information flow is not something you can buy. I got very lucky with this because I started covering VeVe in 2021 and I never stopped. I'm like the only one that's been this consistent, been doing daily content like forever. Yeah, again, very, very lucky with that. I mean, I earned it, the hard work, but part of the reason why I'm able to go live for hours a day on this is because of the fact that people send me stuff every day. And it's like, hey, you should cover this. Hey, what do you think of this? And again, this is how you leverage like the data. Like, how do you get all this data? So all this is public, and anyone, again, that's worth their salt is going to be contacting me after this. Like, I've already had people contact me about this merger, and like, what do you know? I was like, well, here's all of the public information I can gather, and you know what, we'll have to see. But be advised, like, as soon as this news dropped on Yahoo Finance, on Yahoo News, I called Al Khan. Al Khan didn't even know that this was going down. He's like the fourth largest shareholder of VeVe. I was like, hey, what do you think about RKT? Because I thought he knew. And he's like, what's that? Orange Cloud. Let's take up Orange Cloud. I was like, what's that? I was like, oh, the reverse merger. It's happening with VeVe. He's like, what? Reverse merger? Yeah. I was like, I didn't know anything about a reverse merger. I was like, neither did I. And he's like, oh, what can you tell me about it? And I start going with it. I read him the article. This happened like 10 minutes before the live. I was late to the live stream because I was talking to Al. So again, like, this was kept very close to the chest. Like, nobody knew anything about it. But again, the consequences of having this light shown on VeVe is anyone that is a VeVe influencer, and whether you like that word or not, like a VeVe content creator, is gonna, like, again, that this rising tide raises all ships. And you have people coming in that wouldn't have otherwise come in. You have money coming in that wouldn't have otherwise come in. And I'm very curious to see how David protects the company in prevention of hostile takeover. Because like I don't know, but I would bet dollars to donuts that they've got multiple offers over the years to buy them out, to go public, to like give them money. Like, hey, like, I don't want to do anything. I just want part of your company. Can I give you $30 million, $50 million, whatever? And I guarantee you they've had that. I guarantee you they've had buyout offers. And now that the company's going public, and especially now you can get it at a discount, a major, major discount. What does that mean? That can some you know, deca billionaire come in, spend $100 million and just acquire this company, like, or get like 40% or enough where they can get a board seat or a couple board seats, and then they can influence the rest of the board to be like, okay, now the company's mine now. Like, I'm very curious to see how David protects against that. Maybe the shares can be non-voting shares, or David and Dan's shares can be like 5 votes to anyone else's 1. Like how are they going to do this? So this is all, we don't know how this is going to play out. That's why I said I'm not going to buy RKT shares right now. And maybe that's the move. I could be wrong here. That could be the move, to buy RKT shares right now. And it could be a short or a long-term play. The short term, it could go up to, you know, 250 this week, or it could not, or it could stay where it is. Then you get like super diluted, and maybe VeVe share. Like, I don't know how it's going to play out. But again, we're all just like spitstorming, you know, brainstorming here, right? And from the light that's shown on it, and I'll get to the golden auctions things in a minute. Partner statue, gold and silver VeVe logo. You're going to have. We have like our millionaires here, right? Like I'm a millionaire. Like that's nothing special. Millionaires a dime a dozen. Even Deca millionaires, it's like that's cool. How many of us are going to be there later this year or when the crypto market comes? Probably a good amount of us. You're going to have billionaires and centimillionaires and probably multi-billionaires on these calls, and you're probably like for these calls in the earnings calls to ask them David questions, and you're probably going to have people like that. That's the only way that sometimes people are going to be able to contact David. But if you have a gold and silver VeVe logo, and suddenly you can see David multiple times a year at all of these parties, and it's like, wait. There's gonna be a awakening of a bunch of these people saying, wait, these people have to spend, millions of dollars. They have to have however many shares in order to be able to contact David, get like whatever. Or if you're a licenser, like something like that. If you own an IP, you can kind of talk to David sometimes if he's not that busy. And they can talk to him, that makes sense. But I can talk to him for $5,000. I can talk to him multiple times a year for $5,000. All I got to do is buy a gold and silver VeVe logo. Those things go like fucking hotcakes. I promise you. Why? Because there's a limited amount of them, and in that limited amount, there's going to be people that just want David's ear. I've been saying this for years. I didn't think we'd have to go public for it to happen, but yeah, that's what's going to happen. Gold logo is going to go crazy. The OMI secret rare logo, I don't know yet because that doesn't really have that same utility. But that gold logo is going to go nuts. Another thing is like, what is the first collectible that's going to be on golden auctions? You have Willkeeper KRWB. I don't know what your X name is. I am never going to remember. I was tagged in it. So I know it's in my replies because I replied to it. Do you know that Meta patented has a new patent saying that AI can continue posting and messaging from your Facebook account after you die? That's insane. We'll go over that later. Maybe. I don't know. We might not have time. Where's this freaking thing? Okay, so 10 GSWBK has said, "Where are you, VeVe fam? Let's show Golden Co. We still have the numbers, especially with self-custody on the horizon. Let's post pics of this classic in this thread because it is a amazing fantasy 15. 6.0 is going out on golden auctions. How much is that going to go for? A lot. Anyway, Clever Jerk, he goes over and says, Golden is aware of VeVe. We, as a community, are watching and waiting as well. Great work, or have a great week. And this was in reference to Golden Monkey on January 22nd. Said, hey, Ken Golden, when's the first digital collectible auction? How much do you think this goes for, VeVe? Ben Riley, number 69. Everyone comment nice down below for 69. Now, why is this special? I think it's special because the fact that there's not a ton of Ben Rileys out there. He is in every way Peter Parker. Like he's a clone, right? So he's in every way Peter Parker, except he's not Peter Parker. He is genetically, he's just not. It's like the grandfather paradox. You go back in time, kill your grandfather, can't have your dad, can't have you. How does it happen? You go back in time, kill your grandfather. How are you still alive? Because it's a different universe. He's in every way your grandfather, but not your grandfather. Same thing with Ben Riley and Peter Parker. He got his name because he took Uncle Ben's name, and he took Aunt May's maiden name, which is Riley. So that's how he became Ben Riley. There's only 616 of those. This is number 69. I think this would do really well. And Bobby Stott says, when they can be taken off platform, and Ken Golden says correct. And you build on this with Clever Jerk when he goes in and says, his short one-word reply is a very strong statement. And I'm still here and continue to collect digital products. Pokemon card auction hype was great advertising, and Golden got paid for it. just like CGC and Heritage got paid for the Superman #1 auction, hoping for the best. So yeah, this is I think one of the first things that goes on Golden Auctions is a partner statue, and I think it does numbers, because there was somebody, I don't know if it was from Disney, when they were selling those for $333 or 330, however much they were selling them for when they first came out. The guy's like, that is insanely stupid. Like that could be going for so much more. And he's right. They could have, like, at that point, you could have sold them for $1,000. They would have sold out, but they didn't. And even now, you could get them for $900. Shout out to Space Penguin Girl. It's giving me straight fire over here. Let me. Ow! What the fudge? I don't know what happened, but I felt like my thumb just dislocated and went back in, like a Lux fading patella, but for your thumb. That was insane. All right. Anyway. Dude, Logan Paul blocked VeVe Meister. Damn. Again, we'll get to that. Where was I here? So yeah, going into the Golden Auction, you have 45,000 people that was on Logan Paul's stream last night because he was auctioning off Pikachu Illustrator, PSA 10. It's really a PSA 9, but PSA 10. And guess what? Was it $14.5 million? That's insane. That is bananas. And again, everyone got paid on that. I don't know what the buyer's premium was. I don't know how much Golden Auctions took, but yeah, that was an insane stream. When you get someone like Logan Paul's one of the biggest stars in the world, right? But when you get someone like that, like, that's going to be a big stream. And again, with the King of Collectibles, Logan Paul, like, you have a ton of momentum for Golden Auctions. And I guarantee you, before the end of the year, you have VeVe Digital Collectibles on there. And it's going to happen. And you're going to get a bunch of eyes on VeVe before the end of the year. The merger, if it goes through, which it should, then being on Golden Auctions. And listen, I don't want to say too much here, but we're on Collect. We're the first people on Collect. We're premier epic citizens, keys to the city on Collect, right? I guarantee you they're already in discussions with a lot of other licenses, not on VeVe, but that are going to go on to Collect. And yeah, every time they transact on there, probably going to burn some OMI. There's a reason why Collect doesn't have their own token. The burn, I think, will be fantastic. I think before the end of the year, VeVe is going to be in such an amazing... They're already in a strong place, but they're going to just have so much more eyes on them, so much more notoriety. So yeah, that's why I bought, like $100 worth of collectibles of like a couple $100 over the last few days. Just trying to get some more stuff that I think is undervalued. So that was like a 30-minute answer I just gave you. See The Simpsons episode 755, today the price of the Homer and Bart Golden Moments. I saw clips of that where it was a golden moment that they had on there, which was cool. Also had an episode where they predicted the price of XRP. That was obviously insane. But yeah, Simpsons have done crazy stuff already. Zombie saying, yo, so if I land the log, getting locked down. My man. Good for you, mate. Good for you. Jason Girls posted the stream. Thank you. Oh, Kuma, love Ren Stimpy as a kid. So inappropriate, but oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, girl. Hell yeah. The Comey part of Orbis? I'm pretty sure, yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're their own company. I actually don't know. I think they are. I'm pretty sure they are. But again, they are their own company. Oh, I mean, they're separate from VeVe, obviously, but I think they are part of Orbis. I actually don't know that. You'd have to ask David or something, or you'd probably go to the filings and figure it out. Doesn't the evaluation have to be transparent? Not for the first agreement between them and RKT. The valuation afterwards, like when they actually go public, yeah, that does, because that, I mean, that's all going to be public, like every second that's updated. Yeah, every second that's updated. But the does it have to be transparent? But in the private, like they're still private company right now. When they go public, that'll be open. But right now, it's whatever they negotiate. So it's long, long, long. It's long, it's long. It's big, it's heavy. It's long, long. Better than bad. It's good. This orange cloud 2-hour stream. Bet, get it. You can use AI to have it notify you when new data surfaces, depending on the information you want and don't want. AI is a great tool. A lot of people use. Penguin Colada says we need OMI to go up. So I can't tell the future, but in the first interview I ever asked, that I ever did with David, hey, obviously you have OMI. What else is on your balance sheet? And he mentioned they had a little bit of Go token just because OMI was on Go chain at the time. But their balance sheet is going to be a big thing that people look at. What's on there? What are they holding? How much are they holding? Why are they holding it? So obviously, unless they have a Bitcoin treasury or reserve, like most of what's on their balance sheet is going to be OMI. I don't know what the business development wallet has. Let's say it's like 15 billion, right? And we're worth nothing now, right? Like 1.3. So they have $1.95 million in OMI there. What are their collectibles worth? Is probably another 7 figures of collectibles. Because again, you have sub 40s of the entire Golden Moment set, sub 15s of the first, like Batman set. They probably have an insane amount, like again, low 7 figures of stuff in just on their balance sheet from crypto and the collectibles, not including what they have in their war chest. And however much they raise. And then what they're going to use that for. And it just, again, the licenses, like I think people are going to be very surprised. Reckless, aka Mass Murder, saying Secret Rare Spider-Man. Yeah, so Gold and Silver VeVe logo, Secret Rare Spider-Man, partner statue. I mean, I think the logo goes insane. But on Golden Auctions, I think partner statue will be the first. Spider-Man will probably be the next one after that. I don't know if a gold logo, of course, this happens like a few months after I sell my number 41s, right? Wraithax is going to sell that for 6 figures next year, maybe even this year. Yeah, it's probably going to be. I'm trying to think. A Todd Batman, and you might have sets as well. People that have matching sets, like I think Brock McBlockchain has the number 19s. I think actually Tina and Rudy, they have like the number 20 something. Sets. I actually have to ask them. I'll ask them right now. Let me see what he's doing right now. I'll give him a call. He'll be on speaker. He'll be on the speaker, and we're gonna see what he's got here. Meow meow meow. And see what he says. And if he doesn't answer, because might be dinner time for him, I'll just shoot him a text. And if I can meow 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 meow. Okay, all right. He's just not gonna answer. What is your matching Batman set? Like what number? All right, he'll know what I mean. He'll know what I mean. Millie shows Randy said he can't say much about Collect. Have you heard some bullshit stuff that let's just say that it's not just people that work for VeVe or Collect that are working to get licenses on Collect. There's people that, like myself, that do not work for VeVe, do not work for Collect, don't work for Comey, don't work or own any of those companies, right? And there's multiple people working in the background trying to get stuff on Collect, and it'll happen. Work for free, and you can sometimes get bring value to people. If there's any advice that I could give any of y'all, the very small amount of people here, is bring value to people. If you bring value to people, guess what? You're valuable. And what are they going to do? How can they make you stay? Be the best little worker bee, bring the biggest amount of value, be the best that you can be, and then sometimes you can get rewarded in insane ways. That being said, I have not received any type of compensation for anything from VeVe, OMI, Collect. Okay, well, Chavez, why do you do it? Well, they're not the only company I do that for, but just because I love the company. David's a friend, and I also I have 300 million OMI. If the company does well, OMI does well, and guess what? That's going to go really well for me if it happens. So again, I've done this for a bunch of companies, and this is how I go in and build. This is how you build relationships, and how you find good, like, people that want to borrow money. A lot of people say you shouldn't, borrow money from friends or have sex with friends, changes the relationship. If I have to give because what happens a lot of times if you give someone money, you never see it again. Okay, if I have to give someone $50, $100 to never see them, like that just means they weren't like a true friend. But so same thing with like labor and doing people favors. Like I continue to go in, and because again, just whether it's in real estate, I'm just saying mostly real estate, location. If you can't, like, I wouldn't trade places with David. David probably sleeping like 3 or 4 hours a night. He's probably having a lot of fun, but he's just very stressed. Like I'm so like just gonna show y'all. Let's say since September, October, November, December. This is my calendar. Like and I'm stressed. Like I work all the time. David probably has every second of every day, like living is like moment by moment. All right, yeah, I have 12 minutes here before my next meeting, enough time to just take a shit and scroll on X, and then that's it. Like that's the free time he gets in the day. When you're a very busy business owner, you love that time to go to the bathroom because that's the only time you get to yourself per day. I know it sounds crazy, but it is. But yeah, like relationships, like there's people on that would volunteer, that some people just like stand around when Peter Jackson was making the Lord of the Rings movies. Why? They knew if they hung around set, eventually they'd get a job. And then you could say that you worked on Lord of the Rings. Like so you go on and you do stuff for people, especially powerful people, and then you have like location wise, you're not the powerful person, or at least not that powerful, but you're close to them. And again, that's, oh my God. I think that's why some of these people, they just like give me information all day because, oh yeah, like I help Randy with stuff. And then again, that rising tide raises all ships. So again, like I'll let you know that it's not just me that's trying to help VeVe like for free. There's other people as well, because we have a lot invested in the company, and we would love to see it do really well. And the company doesn't need us, right? But if we could help it along, get there a little quicker, I think we should do that. So again, that's what I do. That's what I try to do. And Tommy's saying, how do you even go about evaluating their NFT collection? I haven't tried. It's insane though. I mean, like just the comics. Oh my God. I mean, the collectibles are one thing because you could pick this. Okay, you have number 1 through 10, Risos and Todds, and then you have like a couple of Donnies in there. You have, but the comics, like sub 50 MC1s. Jesus. Like what would people pay for that? So again, you have probably low 7 figures of just collectibles and comics in there. 8 figures would be a lot. But again, as these NFT goes up, so does their balance sheet. once Ethereum goes, I promise you guys, by the end of the year, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe ETH and Bitcoin continue to go down for another 15 months, and we don't see a bull market until late 2027. But we've been going down for like 5 months here. Like if you, like, am I Kelsey Ballerini? Because if you go down, I'm going down too. It's been going down for quite a while now. And are we at the bottom? Probably not. Probably have another big sell-off here in like March. But at some point you'll reach that bottom. At some point, Bitcoin and ETH will recover. As ETH goes up, so do a lot of collectibles. And VeVe has not had that pairing yet, where when ETH goes up, the collectibles go up. Moonbirds has it. Milady Makers has it. Pudgy Penguins have it, because it's all measured in ETH. And VeVe NFTs are not. VeVe digital collectibles are not measured in ETH yet. I think as people are able to go and put them into their private wallets, they will start to be measured in ETH, and that's when they get a big bump. And you see it already with comics. I mean, there's a couple of the collectibles that have probably bottomed. Like there was at one point to get like a partner statue for like $700-800. Now I think it's worth $900. If somebody lists their partner statue right now for like $800, I'll buy it. I'll buy them all. If y'all want to list partner statue for $800, I'll buy them all right now. It's $903. But yeah, so again, you'd have to go into every collectible that they have, see what their sub 20 or whatever would go for, and again, like, as those collectibles go up, so do their balance sheet. VeVe will likely be worth $1 billion again in less than 2 years. So yeah, this is why I'm gonna go and buy as many shares as I can of their company. Why? Because of that. Manny GM7Y. As of now, there's no competition, but there's no guarantee that any of the licenses VeVe has are exclusive to them. Marvel is. I don't know for how long, and that actually could have been. You're right. That could have been. That contract could have ended. Exclusive to them that we know of is their Marvel, maybe strictly premium digital collectibles, but the IP. There's some IP that they've shared before. Star Trek they had shared with Recur. DC is so loose with their IP. DC goes everywhere, which clearly has been stupid. Like VeVe was the best one to go with, and they just tried to like throw a bunch of shit against the wall, see what sticks. Obviously, VeVe was the correct choice. I still think DC Comics comes to VeVe at some point. I've been saying that for years. And then Disney has like Disney Pinnacle. They're on Cryptoys. Disney has some of their stuff there as well. But yeah, we don't know how much of these are exclusive or not. Pink Colada says, really curious to see VeVe's numbers once they go public. Agreed. I would say exactly how much they're performing, revenues, license fees, profits, cash flow growth, how many team members, everything. Yeah, and just to forewarn, like they've probably been losing money for a while, but again, absolutely destroying the competition. I'm curious to see how much is still in their war chest. Could be good or bad though. I think we're able to get VeVe at a big discount, and again, the stuff on their balance sheet will continue to grow. Grows with every drop. Oh gosh. Okay. Thank you, Bill Gardner, for reposting. Okay. After an hour, let's finally go over the OMI token. Let's see what that's at today. Down about 1%, 00013. Let's take a look and see. Oh shoot. My tablet is going down. Let's go to a Comey. Let's see where we're at. 962,000 in volume on the day, and I guarantee you that actually means like less than 500,000. Maybe 500,000, maybe a little bit more than 500,000. So yeah, not a great Not a great day for it. Although, I think, what did Bitcoin do today? Bitcoin's pretty flat. They were close to 70. They were under 60K. They had a little heartbeat there. They're actually down like nothing. 68.5. Ethereum actually up 1.5%. Just under 2K. And so really not too much excitement. I mean, it's President's Day too. Markets weren't open. See what hell have waiting for us tomorrow. So not much really to talk about with OMI on the day. Let me do DEVVE here. DEVVE's down about 4.5% to 6.4 cents. Still up from its low on, it was like 4 cents the other day. Last week, it was up to 9 cents. We had one wallet, like $13,000 in there. It went up to 9 cents, got sold back down. That wallet has a couple $1 million in it. Probably gonna go back in at some point after it comes back down, and we'll see what it does. Actually, we had a big sell-off like 8 hours ago. I can't see 2, 3, 4. Oh, maybe 9 hours ago. I don't see where it was, but it went from 7 to 6.5 pretty quickly. Maybe it wasn't on here. Maybe it was on like Mexi or something. Ah, Space Penguin replied, talking about penguins. Love them. I love them so much. They're good peeps. Okay, let's do FIAS here. No, they're up 6%. $2.1 million market cap. Not bad, not bad. I still don't have any yet. I've been buying these heckin' VeVe digital collectibles here. Oh, it was a $1,500 buy a couple hours ago. That's what gave us a little bit of a pump. I really like FIAS. I'm working with Tom on a couple things. He'll come on the podcast again at some point after certain things are done. FIAS is going to be the most fun, like the most easily fundable thing that anyone's ever worked on. Let's do Definity. Definity, you buy them because they're a cash cow. If you want to get some shares of the company DMA link, I might be able to get you some. Let me know. That I have a good amount in that, and they get bought out. That'd be great. I'll let you know they're getting offers. Like they're a cash cow. They're making an insane amount of money. Oh, it's not a matching set. Oh, okay. They have a sub 30 set. Okay, I thought it was matching. Okay. Would do well on golden auctions. Okay. Copy. Anyway, so that's why you buy it, and because again they're doing crazy amounts. $2 million market cap is nothing. There's a good amount of OTC deals going out, and I should get more. Oh my god, I want more. Thank God I broke up with me and the girl broke up sometime in January. Thank God, because I need to buy more of this token. I need to try to make more fiat. And granted, I should have just put more of my energy into the shares of the company, because that's what's been going up. But I think that there's a really big chance that if the company's worth this much and the token's worth this much, I'm not saying the token catches up or even goes past, but which it still might at some point. But they have to close that gap, or that will get closer. So yeah, I think at this point for me, token might be best. Although I want more shares. We'll see. It's crazy out there, and I want to get more stuff. Hell yeah, Rudy. Hell yeah. Freaking love Rudy. And that's it for the crypto here for today. Oh, we got a couple comments. Everyone want a log. You're going to love it. Log, come and get your log. Everyone needs a log. Oh god, hiccups. Still going on about the log. All right, let me do what we got here. We got to go to, oh yeah, the comics that I was buying before. Okay. Silver Surfer number 3. First appearance of Mephisto. I have 51 editions. Actually, I don't think all of them are. Oh, I have one rare, you know, but I have a lot of the common. I probably have like 48 editions of the common, if not more. Yeah, that's again, first appearance of Mephisto is really good. There's not a ton of him out there. I'll show you real quick. Yeah, he's $6 on Stacker. And there's 3,000 in circulation. So for first appearance Mephisto, that, oh shit, there's one for $2.77. Go. Come on now, touch me, babe. Can't you see that I am not afraid? Dun, 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 dun. What was that promise that you made? Hot dog. Got another one for under $3 hairs. Very good. Very good. So I have a bit of him, but Silver Surfer number 3. Now there's people that typically just buy the commons. There's none of these that are available for on Stacker for the uncommon. Let's see the rares. $19 on Stacker for the, and there's 500 of them. Now you can get the floor price is $10 for the on VeVe for a rare, which out of 500 of them, that's not bad. That I really don't think that's bad at all. Now the ultra rare. Oh, on VeVe it's actually only $30 for the ultra rare. There's 250 of them, which is very scarce. And again, they're not on Stacker. So Silver Surfer number 3, again, first appearance of Mephisto. VeVe floor price is $500, and on Stacker it's 64. Then it goes to 128. Now the reason why a lot of people stack the commons, and there's only 125 of these. The reasons why people stack the commons is because they're more liquid, can sell easier, and it's easier for it to go from $3 to $30, 10x, as it is to go from $64 to $640. Now, can this be $200 and it do a 3x? Yeah, but that's a 3x. So I do want to get this, but it's $500,000 OMI. I feel like this is too much. I gotta, because I'm seeing things in OMI. So yeah, at $64, that have to go to $640 to do the same thing as the common going from 3 to 30, and I think the common goes from 3 to 30. Even if it just goes to 20, you get a 6x. For this one, it'd have to go to 360. Actually, times 6, it's $384, to get that 6x. So I won't get that, even though I want to. Another one I really like is Avengers number 55. So that's the first appearance of, is this the right one? That's the first appearance of Ultron. And that one's, well, there's only one on Stacker. It's $4 on Stacker. Let me show y'all. Oh my gosh. Surely. Let me do, what did I say? Avengers number 55. I don't know how many of these I have. Oh, the ultra rare is $12. That's not that bad. Yeah, it's $5 though for the common. But let me. But there's 1,100 of them. So again, there's not a ton, and that's 1,100 of the common. Oh yeah, this would do. Oh yeah, this would do numbers. Jesus. So that's Avengers number 55, first appearance of Ultron. So how many of these do I have? I don't think I have like 18 of them. I don't have that much. Another one that I really like that I feel like not a lot of people really talk about is X Factor number, is it 5 or I think it's 6? Yeah, it's definitely 6. And there's Jesus. There's just common, uncommon, and secret rares. First appearance of Apocalypse. And let me show y'all like what's on the. So there's only 736 of these. Oh my gosh, $8. It's $8 for a common. I don't even know how many of these I have. I don't think I have a lot. Yeah, I only own like 7 of these, right? Because they're so expensive. $15 on VeVe, $8 on Stacker. I need to put in the hyphen. Oh, I don't. Okay, very good. Where is the all right uncommon? Oh, I actually own 4 of the uncommon. They're $12, but there's 328 of them, and they're uncommon. This first appearance, Apocalypse. That's insane. All right, what's the rare? And how many of the rare do I have? I don't own any of the rare. There's 142 rare. Rudy, what are you sending me there, brother? Oh my gosh. Bro, Rudy has such an amazing collection. Oh, bro, Rudy has such an amazing collection. This is, oh my God. His maybe doesn't rival Clever Jerks, but his is it's oh my God, it's so good. Where am I? Where's David Yu? Right now, New Zealand? Oh shit. Hold on. Actually be the first to. Bro, Rudy Garcia has the most insane collection I've ever seen, and I'm so. I mean, Clever Jerks is obviously nobody has his, but damn, bar none. So yeah, I think New Zealand, I guess. Oh, I was almost said good evening. Good evening, Omar. Spider-Man 40, something first appearance looking goblin, super underpriced. Let me see. Because I think I have one of those. I want to check X Factor. Finish with X Factor real quick. There's 142 of these. That is nuts. And there's none that's available on VeVe. There's only common and uncommon. And then secret rare. But all right, number 6. Is it ultra rare? I don't have any of the ultra rare. I thought I did. There's 75 ultra rare. That is okay. How many of the secret rare are there? It's 42 of the secret rare. That is nuts. $800 on VeVe. Let me see my. I know I have a few of these. Oh, I guess I had more of the. Yeah, so I have 4 uncommon and three common. I actually have a 2 secret rare of Avengers number 55. I did not know that. Hold on, let me go over here. Avengers. I didn't know I had the secret rare of first. I think that's like $200, and I got 2 of those. That's not bad. $12 for the ultra rare too. Hold on, how do I have the ultra rare? I have 1 ultra rare. Should I get one? I want to get the horse thing tomorrow too, because you're the horse. Does it say how much I paid for it? It should. It's not letting me see my stuff. Very fit. Oh my God, Ben Riley. Stuff is worth well in the 6 figures. Man, I don't know why this is not showing up here. Okay, there we go. Does it say what I paid for mine? It doesn't. Just says the floor prices. Okay, if I go to sell now, it doesn't even say what I paid for mine. Details? Oh, I paid $21 for this one. You know what? No, I'm just gonna buy it. Avengers number 55, first appearance of Ultron. Now, obviously, there's what's the ultra rare? Obviously, there's a lot more of these than the Apocalypse one. There's still only 291 of those. But anyway, it was $12, so I bought it. When next, baby? He'll come on at some point. I'll get him on again after the merger. Again, if it goes through, because you know, I feel like we're talking about it going through, and you know, why not? All right, Spider-Man 14. Take a look at this. I own 2, count them, 2 comics. The thing is, there's 48,000 of these, so I'm not going to get it. Green Goblin's great, but 48,000 of those is a lot. Now, granted, I got first appearance Black Widow recently for 90 cents. Can I go to my transactions, y'all? Go to my transactions and show y'all some stuff. Oh, does it? Very nice. Yeah, my transactions are not loading. Oh yeah, it's Amazing Spider-Man. Yeah, I got these all Amazing Spider-Man for 91 cents. First appearance of, now Black Widow has 20,000 of those, so it, you know, it's a lot. And again, Amazing Spider-Man number 14 with first appearance Green Goblin. There's 48,000 of those, so that's a lot too. You know, that's I get it. Green Goblin's pretty cool, but you know, there's 1,000 of them. You know, or I'm sorry, there's 48,000 of them. That's all. You know. 48K when there's 1 million users. Yeah, I know, but we should want to get to 5,000 daily users first before, before that. 5,000, 10,000, 25, 50, 100, and then, we'll get to it. We'll get there. Wait a minute here. Hold on. So this Mickey Mouse, 41 hundo in circulation, $13. Okay. What is the mini? There's 2,100. She's $48. Okay. Well, this is first appearance mini also. So that makes sense. First appearance mini, Yeah. You know what I mean? My back. Okay. I don't even know. Let me check. Hold on. I think I'm tripping here because I am. Oh shit! This is the wrong one. Wrong one. I thought it was an Amazing Spider-Man. Somebody's telling me Tales of Suspense, but let me see here. As soon as this opened, okay, there we go. The origin of Black Widow. Spider-Man goes toe to toe with Black Widow to learn more about her mysterious. Okay, so this is a Black Widow origin. So okay. It's Amazing Spider. It actually doesn't say. It just says Amazing Spider-Man. Now, granted, there's a couple people that have like Dr. Fuse, 220 of them. Dora Block, 127. Chuck and Hank. So this is the origin of Black Widow, whereas first appearance of Black Widow is Tales of Suspense number 52. So I was mistaken. Give me one sec. So this one, there might actually even be. There's 21,000 of these. And this one's actually 75 cents. So I'm going to buy a couple of these too. Because again, they're 75 cents and there's 20,000 of them. And like I know the first appearance of Black Widow is never going to be like $50, right? Because there's 20,000 of these. But, even if this goes to $5, it's like a 6x. Cool. I have no problem buying these for 75 cents. Because Black Widow, I love Black Widow. Like it's a long story. But let's say I dated a Black Widow. It's not exactly like that, but I did date a Russian Ukraine badass. We're actually engaged. This is 2014. It was a long time ago. This is a very, very sad story, but it's I always have like okay, there's one last one for 77 cents. So yeah, I have no problem. So I just bought all of those. And again, there's 4. So the origins of Black Widow is one thing for 20, and then the first appearance Black Widow. So again, 20,000 comics is a lot. Like there's 21,000 of those. That when did this come out? And released in 2021. Again, I don't ever see these going to like even $20. But could they go to $6, $7? Do I make 8x on my money? I think I can. So that's why. And again, the origins of Black Widow is a different one. So again, these are just the comics I've been. Oh my God, Crypto Cosmo, how's it going, girl? Freaking love you, man. I have not set a date yet with that guy, Adam, I don't want to make it seem like I'm seeing a guy. No, there's a guy, Adam. Adam Weissman's coming on the podcast soon. Let you know when we decide to set a firm date. Although I did get his tequila. It's pretty good. I had some. Had to test it out. Had to test it out. And I'm gonna drink some with him when we go on the podcast. And you know what? I might even go to upstate New York, where he is, and we might do a thing over there. Sweet. And Comics and Crypto is coming on the podcast tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll send you a link tomorrow. I'll be holding you tight. Oh yeah, there's a lot of Logan Paul drama. What do you mean so there are many reasons to critique Logan Paul on. There are many things you can critique him on, right? Bringing attention to the Pokemon hobby, I don't think is one of them. You could make the argument that what he did to the PSA 9 Illustrator forces people to kind of grade it a 10. And, especially when he fractionalized it and people were giving tens of thousands of dollars, including VeVe Meister, who got screwed out of that. Where's his money now? Yeah, there's many things to critique him on, but this is not one of them. You have 2 million. So we're gonna get to that. So you have this guy named Midaki. I have no idea who he is, but he says that Ms. Kiff breaks down how Logan Paul is trying to cash out by damaging the Pokemon industry. Quote, Logan and his friends went around the world in 80 days, telling Saudis this is the new thing everyone should be collecting and investing in. He told all of them to invest in Pokemon cards, and now they're destroying the market. Who can afford this? Who wants to buy a $150,000 Mewtwo? End quote. So listen, this is not I've heard this argument for better part of a decade. Oh yeah, you know what? Pokemon used to be for collectors when I was a kid. Now, there's worries about millionaires going to get into the hobby, and it's going to destroy it. How can the normal person collect? This was in 2018, 2019. Millionaires are going to get into the hobby. It's going to hurt us. Millionaires were already in the hobby. Even back then. Also, I'm going to have to. My tummy is making the rumblies. I might have to leave soon. Anyway, oh shoot. Yeah. So there's he told them all to invest in Pokemon cards, not destroying the market. Who can afford it? There's always going to be manipulation in every single market. Pokemon is no different. This is not exclusive to Logan Paul. If you want to critique him on stuff, don't critique him on trying to get rich people in the hobby. Again, rising tide raises all ships. That is a good thing. If you want to critique him on other stuff, like how he banned VeVe Meister, because let's read it. Go to VeVe Meister. Where's he at? Girl. I wonder why the comments on all these posts with Pokemon PSA 10 card and Paul are disabled. I'm one of the folks with part ownership of the card, and apparently I'm not the only one feeling betrayed. It's quite shameful to not address this with your partner, Mr. Gold. So again, what Logan Paul, for better or worse, what Logan Paul did with that card, with that fractionalization and getting people like VeVe Meister to buy in to that card, Logan pays his lawyers $1,500 an hour. He's not going to have to deal with shit. There's people that might have to try to file a class action lawsuit. Cool. He gets slapped with lawsuits all the time. His lawyers handle that. He's good. What he did is probably technically legal. And even if it wasn't, people trying to get their money back would spend an infinite amount more trying to get something out of him that he can afford, other people can't. So it's just a lose-lose situation. It's a lose situation for him. That being said, as long as it was legal, and again, Logan Paul can survive anything, right? he survived when he was a kid and wasn't that popular, going to the suicide forest in Japan and filming like dead bodies. Like you survive that, you could survive like anything, right? And again, as long as you survive that, Ken Golden's not going to care because again, he made millions. But yeah, VeVe Meister raised this comment that raises concern, and then Logan Paul blocked him. So yeah, again, it's this is why you probably shouldn't get into anything like CryptoZoo. How big of a scam was that? The thing with the fractionalization, how big? Like, so again, if you want to critique Logan Paul on stuff, critique him about stuff like that. Don't critique him on getting centimillionaires and billionaires into the hobby, because that's good for Pokemon. Next bear market, what are you rolling profits into? Honestly, I don't know. I mean, we're like this current bear market. I feel like we should get through this current bear market first, and then next, I don't know. I really don't. I mean, why not? Bitcoin performed better than most other things, the last several years. Altcoins, listen, depending on what it does. I mean, again, how long does the bull market last where we go? Because again, like alts have been in a bear for 4.5 years, 4 years now. They might be in a bear for another year and a half, or 6 months, however long. It depends what happens. Depends what it goes to. Depends what it doesn't go to. And again, these last few years, what kind of saved me is just investing in companies and not in the tokens. I would have been much better off not buying any tokens these last few years and just investing in the companies. Thankfully, I did anyway. I was investing in both, but the majority of my wealth is not in crypto. It's not NFTs. It's in these companies that are behind these crypto companies. And listen, like it worked this time. Will the greater gains be had in their tokens still? Probably, especially now that I've made my gains, in the companies. But back of the right horse, I might just become a VC person. I might just be a VC, and maybe I'll get into some cryptos. But honestly, I trust the people that I've worked with, the colleagues that I've met across these companies, and myself. And a lot of my friends that are in a similar position that I'm in, they're all much, much richer than I am. They might get into stuff, like a lot of them are retiring though. Like a lot of them are they might pick some certain things here and there. But for me, what I'm going to go heaviest on really this next couple years, bull market, bear market, doesn't matter, is daCat. Like what I'm really going to go heavy on is I'm going to bet on myself. I'll make daCat a multi-million-dollar project. Like I'm talking about just daCat Chronicles, right? But we have a lot of plans for the token as well, because that's what that random journey started us on a few years ago. So bring a lot of value to the token, bring a lot of value to the project, bring a lot of value to the token, and we just want it to be cool. Like I like proving people wrong. So honestly, that's really what it's going to be, is the stuff that I'm building myself. Now, as far as writing, there's multiple comics already written by me. The art, though, the art's going to have to be AI. Like this time, it's all artist person, but the art's going to have to be AI, because it's so much faster to do that. Now, granted, I'm not good at prompting that. It'll be an artist that works with AI. Power combo is Shitoshi, Monero, and Omi. Gotta love the Omi. Meow meow. Let's see what we got here. Okay. That's so cool. I might have to go here real quick. If the guy calls, I have to go. But let's try to do some of this here. Some of the news. Deadline saying Akomi Secret Rare number 321, welcome home. After 22 months of patience, it's finally happened. Time to pull off the impossible and secure the cornerstone piece of Deadline Master Collection. A huge thanks to Sean Hensel for an epic deal. Image in the comments. Number 321, very good. On this day, died 9 years ago. Was welcoming a couple friends back from deployment. Got to see a buddy of mine. Most expensive scene in the F1 film was recreated for 9 cents. It's insane. Rob Layfield in a VeVe shirt, which is epic. 150K going dormant. Okay, very good. Epstein Files just casually dropped 2 emails. Okay, all right, I gotta bounce, guys. I love you all. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. Until